Hey.
We're back with a regular episode.
Hey, we're here with the hostesses, with the mostesses.
Still can't say it.
No. Don't plan on trying either.
We know.
Yes.
Hosts
with the most.
Hey, that was it.
He did it.
Flight Tales, woo-woo.
Been a while since we've been together.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
And now for the runway report.
What's been happening?
Yeah.
What has been
last time
happening?
we were together, we talked about your adventure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Talked about that.
Yes.
Yep. Saw that
No
out.
adventures lately.
No adventures lately.
No.
Yes.
No adventures.
Pretty calm. Pretty,
It's a windy day today. We hadn't even been flying much.
nope.
It's
Not
like,
flying much.
Like hurricane force winds.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on.
Fernando said he tried to fly today, but it he
Scared him?
lost a bunch of altitude or something. I don't know. He said
Never
he just
mind,
took
never
off.
mind.
Yes, yeah, pretty much.
Nah. You're doing okay.
Any tips for flying in wind?
Not that much wind.
Oh,
Hold on for dear life.
yeah.
Ain't much you can do there.
Don't.
Get up above the clouds.
Yeah.
That'll help.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to get above them, though, when they're, I mean, what
It's kind of like a riding a bull.
good comparison. Yeah. Yeah. It's almost like riding a bull.
Yes.
Hopefully you can last longer than 8 seconds in the airplane,
Yes.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Like a, once again, please. Yeah. Ain't doing much. Been sending people to check rides, though. Been
Well,
getting
we
them
got Willie T and Brant. They're multi-engine.
done. Willie T.
Willie T.
Willie T and Brant. Got
And
their
Brant
multi.
got their multi-engine. Yep. So now they're multi-engine, and we had to we stole a multi-engine for a couple days to get that done.
Yep.
But
Found
returned
one.
it. So
Oh yeah, then we returned.
Like
Yeah, we
like a
returned it
borrow.
right after we stole.
Yeah, we borrowed it. We didn't
Borrowed.
steal it.
No,
We borrowed
no,
it.
we don't steal anything.
Yeah, random plane in Houma that we just saw.
you're like,
Yeah. Oh, that one will do.
Didn't have
the keys are in it.
so it was just the push to start. So
Oh,
we
perfect.
just took
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
it's even easier.
yeah. Those guys, you'd think they lock it up, right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
But no, we got that done. We got the multi.
We have all our other planes running.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
of them.
Everything's we've had. Yep. It's
full capacity here.
That's what I'm talking
Yep.
about.
Full workload.
Full capacity and no one can fly.
That's right. Because the
Correct.
weather.
Every
You know-
plane's in the hangar.
That's how it
not
works.
doing much.
Yeah, of course.
You know, it's always that. It's either maintenance or it's the weather or whatever. I don't know what else. Yeah, weather. Usually weather and maintenance are the big things. Instructor being sick, maybe. I don't know.
We don't get sick.
No. The robots. We got our documents in for the 141. We're in. It's still questionable what phase we're in. We're still
know
like
exactly
we
what
think
phase.
we think. I'm not sure if we're still in the formal application phase or if we're in the next one, which is what
the FAA is very vague.
Yes.
Gray.
But we got a letter that they accepted our documents, so we're at that part, whatever
There's
that
a
is.
step
Yes,
done.
one step.
A step in the right direction.
Yes.
Not sure what step we're in, but there's
No.
a step done.
Yeah. Unknown amount of steps. We've taken at least 3.
Yeah.
Don't know how much more we have to go, but hey.
Yeah. So working on that,
Getting there.
getting there.
Yeah. What did you say? There's like 5 phases?
Yeah, I think there's 5 phases. I think the next one is demonstration phase, but I want to say that I think we moved on to the next phase because the next phase is them reviewing documents. So they got to go through it and make sure we put the right stuff in there and it complies with the regulations and blah 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 blah.
we can
blah,
demonstrate.
Blah. We can demonstrate.
We can
and then
demonstrate.
and then they come out and inspect our place and the planes and the documents and make sure we
Come inspect it.
make sure we're ready. We're ready for it.
Come on.
Come on.
Hurry up.
Come on, get over here.
3 years later.
We've been waiting.
Yeah. I mean, that's what he said the other day. He was like, yeah, earliest is August. And I was like, can they come faster?
Yeah.
He's like, why do you care? I was like, well, I don't know. I just want them to come quicker. I mean, come on. Want to get done quicker.
We're dealing with the FAA. This is actually the fastest process, probably. since, that it's the fastest process
The fastest
they could possibly do. Not going to go any faster. Yes.
hard at work, FA. Let's get it done.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they do have a lot of people that are probably applying for that kind of stuff.
I mean,
how long did it take you to get to this slot?
This part, I want to say at least 2 years.
Yeah.
So
You've been on the list for 2 years.
I've been on the list for 2 years, but originally, like it took a while, but then they changed some things, and it seemed like they started knocking the list down pretty quick, which is good that they changed some things and moving it faster.
Yeah.
But,
Adapting.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess we've been waiting for this for 2 years.
We've been pretty much operating like a 141 already. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
ain't gonna
so
be
it's
much.
not going to be much different.
No, I mean a couple extra checks. I mean, we already do the checks.
Yeah,
but
a couple extra
maybe
checks, and
one
maybe
extra
some,
check in there.
a little more documentation, and making sure we fill out syllabus stuff. And
Yeah, because
records
Jefferson
and all
has
that.
like 3 stage checks, and we do for each rating we do like 2 stage checks.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
mean, we're gonna add a stage check in
Yeah.
there.
Whoa.
Oh,
Yeah.
which will actually probably be better.
It'll help.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll help.
We're pretty much there. Come on, FAA.
Let's go.
We're already there.
We're already doing it.
We just need the title.
Yep.
Need the title and the people with the titles.
Let's get some pre-solo advice.
We can talk about multi-engine. I mean,
Well,
did
we
we?
could
I
talk
felt
about
like we
that.
did talk about that before, though, did we?
That's probably one of the most common questions people are going to ask
Yeah.
whenever it comes to like your multi-engine check ride is
What?
that if an engine fails, how much performance, I guess that's how he would word it, how much performance do you lose or what happens to the plane as far as like your performance goes?
It's knowing the why. You might know that you lost 80% because you lost one engine. You've lost 50% of your thrust, but 80% of your performance.
Yeah.
But the why, yeah, they don't understand the why.
Why?
Yeah. Why? So
Why do you say?
Why?
So like a plane may take, a certain amount of horsepower or performance to keep the plane flying, right? So your engine may have 260 on both sides. If you lose one engine, you're going to lose 260 horsepower. But the plane may need 320 horsepower of extra thrust to keep it flying. So while the plane's all based off of the extra thrust to create lift, right? And the less extra thrust you have, the less performance the plane's going to have to perform like it would normally.
It may stay level, but it may not have enough extra thrust to climb.
So if you lose an engine, just land.
Some,
Yes.
yes, pretty much. Some multi-engine, and this is more the light twins, not the airline or the big jets. And
There's actually
you-
regulations for airliners that they
Yeah.
have to be able to
Yeah.
fly with one engine, climb, do
Yeah.
everything like normal. Like light multi-engine airplanes is not the same.
I mean, some of the light multi-engine airplanes, when you lose an engine, you're just not going to stay level. It just doesn't have enough extra thrust to keep you level. So you might end up descending to the scene of the crash.
Slow. A slow descent.
Yeah, slow descent.
A slow descent
Slow
to your
descent.
crashing area. It gives you a little bit more time to pick where you're going to put it down.
Yeah.
Where you're going to crash.
Yeah, pretty much.
But crash safely is the goal.
Safely is the goal. Pick a field.
Safely is the goal. That was one of the things he struggled with. And the other things was like manifold pressure.
Oh yeah, that like I was telling Peyton was that when I was learning, everybody did their complex in a 172 RG or something that had manifold pressure and RPMs
Yeah.
and retractable gear and all that stuff. So like now everybody's doing it in TAAs, so they don't get that. Especially if you use a Cirrus, like you have manifold pressure and RPMs, but the Cirrus are all tied into the one lever.
Yeah.
So you don't have multiple levers to mess with like you do in the older Cessnas and stuff.
Yeah, they really don't even have manifold pressure in a Cirrus. They just have power.
Well, you
percentage.
got that percentage power, yeah. So I mean, it's there, but it's you don't even really use it.
No, yeah,
So that's something that, like, for me to teach people, I have to remember that they never got trained on manifold pressure and what it is and what atmosphere, like, when the engine's off, it shows atmospheric pressure.
I went into that hard today with one of the commercial students. because he did do his plane in his 10 hours in a complex.
Oh yeah, so he knows. Because he did it in the Aero, huh? Kind of, sort of.
Yeah, we had to.
He knows what manifold. He knows what manifold pressure is.
Yes,
He knows what the gauge. He can imagine what the gauge is. Wait, is it digital in there? No, he's got regular gauges. Yeah.
Yeah.
No digital gauges.
Brendan, this is a podcast. You got to use your words and not just shake your head.
Oh, we were talking about Twin Comanche that had digital gauges, and Peyton had asked that question to somebody, and they said, "Oh, I think it was Cole," and the answer was, "I don't know what the manifold pressure is because it's digital and it's not. The screen's not on when I turn the batteries on."
What would you do?
No, wait. I forgot what he said. I guess he said that if I walk, because maybe the question was, if I walk out to the plane right now, what's the manifold pressure gauge gonna show?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's a dark screen.
It's not there.
Yes.
So that's a correct answer.
It's a correct. It was a
For his
correct
situation.
answer. Yeah.
But
yes.
he should have known what it should read.
Yes, you
That's-
should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what he's trying to say is like a normal gauge, a normal manifold pressure. If the plane's not on, it's going to read outside air pressure.
Right.
So
So to me, that sounds like a sarcastic answer. Like,
It
I don't know
was.
what's going to read because it's not.
It was.
He was answering the question that was asked,
Yeah.
basically.
Didn't look into it at all.
No. That's what you're supposed to do on a check ride. Just answer the question that's asked. Don't get into any other detail.
Yeah.
No.
That's a good point.
Yes.
That's a good tip, actually.
Yeah.
Get
Don't
yourself
try to
in trouble.
explain. Yeah,
Don't,
exactly.
yeah, you'll dig yourself into a hole and get somewhere where you don't really truly understand.
Yeah. Don't want to do that.
No.
No.
That's a life lesson, too.
Oh, yeah?
Don't do that in life.
Yeah. Keep your mouth shut.
Listen more than you talk.
Yes.
Yes. So I think his question was also like, okay, if you have an engine failure, why do we have to verify the engine?
He said, "How do you verify?"
Or how do you verify?
And Brant said, "Pull the throttle back."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Well," he said, "Yeah, that's the first step, but like,
But there was a why to
gauges-wise.
that. Oh, okay. Yeah.
He was
Why
like-
don't we? I think the question was, why don't we use the gauge to verify, and why do we pull the throttle back to verify, or
Yeah.
something like that?
yeah,
I wasn't putting two to two together either. That it would be higher. That manifold pressure gauge would be higher than the other engine because it's just outside pressure.
yep." So he struggled with that, and then
Yeah.
landing gears.
Yeah, the landing gears. What was it? Oh, cranking it. Yeah. Gosh.
Crank.
He's just going to continue down that ILS and just crank that thing on down. Hopefully it comes down by the time you reach the runway.
If your landing gear doesn't go down and you're on final,
Yeah.
go around.
Yeah. It's go around, stay at altitude,
As opposed to
and continuing on your ILS and trying to
Pumping
crank
it
it
down.
down.
and just hoping it goes down.
Yeah. Hoping it gets down by the time you get to the runway.
Yeah, there's a little crank in the plane, and he was like, "Crank it down," and they're like,
No.
no,
No.
no," because that's your like emergency. Like your landing gear's not coming down. Okay, I've done everything I can to figure out why this isn't coming down. Now I'm going to crank it and
So
get it down.
it was just, in this case, it was just used as a second resort. Like, oh, the button didn't work. Let me start cranking.
Well, but also the way his response should have been, oh, I'm going to break off the ILS and I'm going to go get vectors somewhere so I can crank it down and not focus on my ILS and landing.
This was
It's
the
a
answer?
critical spot to where you need to be fully focused on your landing and not messing with your landing gear.
Not while you're landing. I got you.
Yes.
Yeah. When you're doing an ILS, you're basically assuming that this guy's like in the clouds,
Yeah.
flying an ILS with one engine. The last thing that you need to add into that is
It's cranking down the.
Yes. Overload.
yeah, cranking down a landing gear while you got one engine flying an ILS and IMC.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a recipe for disaster. So
Sounds like it.
don't
So
do
yeah,
that.
that was the other problem. He wanted, should get away from the ILS, go mess with it. Flight was good.
Flight was good. Flight was perfect.
Flight was perfect.
Hey, it's usually how it goes.
Yep.
Usually how it goes.
They don't know what they're talking about, but they can do it.
Yes,
They can fly
do
that
it.
motherfucker. I tell you what.
Yep. And they, nobody wants to study for the ground portion. Like, it's just not fun. The flying's fun.
Yeah.
Studying's not fun.
But you know
That's
what
why
you
we
should do?
say study. Study.
Study. Keep the studying going.
Study all the time.
Even when you think you've studied enough,
You haven't.
Study some more.
study
right.
some more.
It's time for Tower Talk.
I think Sawyer's going to start flying at some point.
Ooh.
Tower talk. There you go.
There's your tower talk.
Tower fly.
Tower fly. That'd be fun. I'm kind of,
Name doesn't really go, but they are flying.
yeah.
He is planning
I think
on
it's
coming
great. I think it's great that I think all of them should do that.
Yeah, he said his pappy had his license,
Yep.
so now he's trying to follow in the footsteps exactly of the pappy.
Nice. We should get him back on whenever he's done.
When he starts
Yeah.
flying,
Or when
yeah.
he starts flying, yeah. What's it?
Yeah, if he
that'd
takes
be
his
good.
check ride on Thursday, we'll have him back. I will just pull him in here.
Paige's gonna be like, "That's the best radio work I've ever seen in my life."
That's right.
How'd you do
Wait,
that?
that would be hilarious if that's the part he failed.
Oh my gosh.
bruh!
So how don't you know how to talk on the radio if
You
you're
have thousands of hours of doing
Now
this.
time for Today in Aviation History.
Today in aviation history, in 1926, Lindbergh becomes chief pilot for Robertson Aircraft Corp, flying a St. Louis to Chicago mail route. Exciting, huh?
Yes.
If you have to say exciting, it's usually not. I didn't even know what that was.
Do you know who Lindbergh is?
Charles?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Charles.
No.
He doesn't know. Charles Lindbergh? No.
Charles,
Doesn't
you
ring-
don't know who Charles
You didn't
Lindbergh-
ring a bell,
No,
huh?
no bells are ringing.
Okay. Old
Okay, who is he?
Oh, Chuck Lindbergh.
Aviation history lesson.
Chuck. He flew from New York, I think it was New York to Paris, across the Atlantic Ocean,
Oh,
nonstop.
good for him.
Yep. But in 1926, he became chief pilot of Robertson Aircraft Corp.
I do credit. I mean,
So a year later, he did the flight
probably deserved it.
from
Yeah.
New York to Paris.
Yeah,
All right, you ready for mine?
I'm ready.
In 1933, Francesco Angelo sets a new airspeed record at 682 kilometers per hour, 424 miles per hour,
Oh,
in an
okay.
Italian Mechi MC-72 seaplane. A seaplane.
A seaplane.
Seaplane going 424
Golly.
miles per hour.
I'm glad you converted that to miles per hour because I didn't know my. Yeah.
I don't know that.
No.
Kilometers.
I was like, okay, I guess that's fast.
424.
Yeah.
Like a little footnote.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty quick. And the reason I said earlier, aviation developed so fast, I'm like 1933. They were just getting off the ground like a couple years ago.
Oh, yeah.
When was the first? What day was it?
It was 1901.
30 years. That's all it took.
No, 1903. I messed that up.
30 years.
Yeah.
That's all it took for them to go 424 miles per hour.
Yes, it's
in the air.
crazy.
That's insane.
Now time for some cockpit comedy.
What's the difference between a moonie and a porcupine?
What?
The porcupine's pricks are on the outside.
Ah.
It sounds so evil.
Screw you, mooney pilots. I wish I had a mooney.
Have you heard of the TV show about the airplane?
Oh, no.
No, I haven't.
It sort of crashed and burned, but I think it's because the pilot wasn't very good. I mean, I thought Brennan would like this.
I liked it.
That's pretty good.
I liked it.
It's
Crash
pretty
and
good.
burn.
Better than most.
Too soon. Too soon. Too soon. Too soon. Too soon.
And now the final approach.
Final
approach. We did have an ATC meetup.
Yeah.
That was on a Saturday.
Your wife made some great red beans.
Yeah, red beans and rice.
She made an immense amount of red beans. Let me just say that. We ate red beans for a couple days, and
Yes.
they were delicious.
That's
So
what I'm talking about. Thanks,
did-
Aaron.
She did a great job.
But we didn't have that big of a turnout, I guess because Saturday night.
It was a holiday, I think. It was during Mardi
Was it
Gras.
during Mardi Gras? Or
Yeah.
it was after Mardi Gras? Yeah, I don't
It
know.
was during Mardi Gras. I think that's why we said it was a Saturday and it was a holiday.
Yeah.
And that was probably why. The best that we've had so far was on a weekend after work. On a weekday after
Yeah.
work. It was like a Monday at like 6 o'clock, and there was a bunch of people that showed up. So,
Yeah.
duly noted.
Next time we will do it
On a Monday
On
at
a-
6.
Monday at 6.
Yep.
Was that the one when we had gumbo?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of people for that one. That was a
Yeah.
good time. And it was very cold that day.
Yes. It's perfect. Perfect for gumbo.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Couldn't ask for better.
Yeah, because we were doing them at 9 in the morning.
Yeah. Only aviation people that do this for a
Yes.
living were showing up.
Yes.
Hmm.
So we're not really sure when the next one's going to be yet because we never know.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise.
We'll find out like 3 weeks before.
Yes. we don't really have much going on. I mean,
When is Rockin'
I
on
think
the
in
Runway?
June in Rockin' on the Runway. I've been
Rockin'
getting
on
emails
the
about it.
Runway.
Actually, they're looking for volunteers.
I
Anybody?
think I know the
Anybody?
perfect people.
Oh, yeah?
I'm
But
assuming
you're going to
we'll
have
be
to
there.
do, I think,
He's trying to get out of
you're talking about working the
Yeah.
event.
yeah, working
he's
the event,
not
not just
our
our tent.
Brennan's trying to get out of flying in the heat again.
Yes. No, me and John had a great time.
We'll get us one of those little fans where you can put in the cigarette lighter so y'all have a little fan, you know.
Well, we'll have more people this year doing it too, so it
There we
probably
go.
won't be as bad. It was just me and John
Right.
last year. Somebody didn't come last
It's
year.
William.
Oh yeah, William.
William
Willie T. That's
Willie
Willie
T didn't show up. I forgot why he did. Oh, he was working at down in New Iberia at the
The FBO,
Millionaire. At the Millionaire.
filling up people's planes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Screw charity.
Yeah. Yeah. Charity's important.
What a guy.
Willie T.
Well, now we have Fernando and William should be there,
Yes.
so we'll have 4 people flying instead of 2,
Yep.
and the 2 people won't be dying.
We'll
Next
get the little
episode-
fan. We'll get the little fan in there.
Yeah.
Next episode after Rockin' on the Runway. So we had 2 people flying again.
Willie T decided not to show up again.
Yeah.
Fired.
No,
Yes,
we'll go
should
get.
be.
We'll go
if he's
get him.
not fired,
We'll go get him. We'll go pull him out of his house. I don't know where he lives, but we'll find out.
I say we do it.
Yep.
G-stomp him.
Mm-hmm.
Then he can't
And we
fly.
just grab stuff from the office here and just that's how we take care of that.
Yep.
Next time you'll see that lamp all kind of bent up and stuff.
In the shape of Willie T.
Yeah, that's right.
Like the cartoons.
Yeah.
Clink.
Where it's like over his head and his shoulders. Yep. Yeah, no. He'll be there this year.
Yes,
Willie T.
that's right. Willie T.
Well, thanks for watching Flight Tales.
Now we gotta do the intro.
Huh? We hadn't been doing intro.
What? Oh.
We just been
Flight
opening.
Tales. Woo!
Flight Tales, woo-woo.
If you've made it this far, you've listened to the entire episode. And for that, we would just like to say thank you, and we hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions about today's episode or suggestions for future episodes, just leave a comment or message us, and we'll do our best to answer. If you'd like to check out some fun aviation videos, check out our YouTube channel at Owens Flight Training. Or, if you'd like to get more information on becoming a safe, knowledgeable, and confident pilot, just head over to our website, owensflighttraining.com.